So are you going to win in the boss fight and then lose in the cutscene?
We'll see.
I mean, I'm assuming this is supposed to be an unbeatable boss fight.
All right, let's do
Oh,
this.
no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Understood.
That was a small enough amount of damage.
Okay. My turn.
Also, he can't hit feet.
Well, who can?
He also has 87,000 HP, and he's level 60.
So?
My turn.
That's a
So
lot.
that's like, what, 4 attacks?
Now. Broken.
See, it's a joke, because Laura dealt 19,000 damage in one hit.
Yes, that was a... She had 200 CP and a critical turn.
And she's
Okay.
already up to 100 CP, like 3 turns later.
That's fair.
Take this. Go.
Okay.
And it's not exactly like this guy's covering himself in glory right now.
I took it.
My
Yeah.
turn. My turn.
You took what?
What's he at now?
Give me a second. Or not.
So, he landed 2 hits. in an
3.
entire battle.
He landed 3.
3?
Yeah.
He
hit
missed a
each
lot.
person once.
Oh, I didn't notice him hitting green.
He hit
Very
Rain at the
beginning.
very beginning. No, I don't think he hit Fee, did he?
Yeah, he did. He just hit Fee as
That's
second to last
a
turn
C
with
for
the
you.
counter.
No, that was Laura.
That was Laura. So I think he hit Laura
Oh,
twice.
Fee he did hit
Can't
once.
deny he's got the brains and
Maybe.
the brawn to lead.
Whatever.
No, he
it doesn't
did.
matter. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah, so
What
apparently
power?
they're just deciding that you guys lost for no reason. You
That's
were fine.
annoying.
He
Yep.
might even be as strong as Sarah.
Just
No, Sarah was actually
Who
strong
are
enough
you
to beat you
people?
guys.
Establishing shot.
From today, you shall know
Ugh.
this as the Imperial Liberation Front. In our hearts, the flames
Not
of
the
silent
li-
anger.
liberation
In our
front of the
hands,
Empire.
the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator.
They're probably a bunch of splitters anyway.
That is our cause, our purpose.
Nothing from you guys?
Nope.
Alright, I'm paying
Imperial
attention to this
Liberation
guy's
Front.
terrible, like, crap.
It's pretty bad.
What dictator? Freeze, all of you!
Fucking king, you dumbass.
We don't have a king.
Oh, whatever you have.
Instructor, Captain Claire.
Just in time.
Th-
It appears the time has come to make our exit.
Seriously though, this underground cavern is becoming the social event of the year.
Yep.
Is that?
Farewell. I'm sure we'll meet again.
It looks vaguely
What?
like a bullet.
A bomb?
Okay, it was a button.
See you around.
Ta-ta for now, my little darlings.
We are gonna attack.
Let's see you claw
We're
your
either
way
gonna
out of
fight
this
those
way.
two together, but I think more likely we're gonna fight the gun guy first and then the girl second.
Okay.
No, we're gonna fight the Gideon first.
Well, no, we've already fought him first, so that's not really a.
Yeah,
you
that doesn't
haven't
really count.
checkpointed me.
Green.
Have we actually fought him?
Yeah, we fought him in Chapter 3.
Got it.
Oh, I thought it was just the spiders then. Okay.
No, we fought
I'm
him.
sort of
We fought
forgetting.
him and his Jaegers. And then when we
Then
beat
we
him, he was like,
fought-
"Oh, you guys are actually like kind of strong. Okay, here, have this." And he dropped a giant spider on us.
What kind of
Yeah.
bomb is this?
It's a bomb on the supports, and it's making the ceiling collapse. I don't know.
That usually happens instantaneously.
Whatever. Video game physics.
Reen's, of course, carrying the princess.
And and Laura's carrying his sister.
And they're carrying them princess style, which is like what they call it in Japan, which I'm not really sure why.
Well, we call it bridal style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's newlywed style.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think they'd just use a fireman's carry. because
It's
Yeah.
way more efficient.
yeah,
And in their skirts, that would totally not cause an issue.
it wouldn't. This though, like I would have to imagine that Reen and Laura's arms are getting exhausted.
I mean, they're very,
No.
very strong. Like, she carries that big sword. That sword has got to be heavier than Elise.
No,
No.
You don't think so?
a heavy sword is like 10 or 15 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be heavier than a warhammer. The reason swords are deadly is because they have a lot of force, because you've got to have a lot of speed.
Right.
And even then,
They're
using
gonna
a sword
kiss.
for 10 minutes, half an hour is exhausting because your arms aren't really designed to carry heavy things,
Sure.
up. Arms do a good job dangling.
She's
But in
fine.
fairness-
She's fine.
Everyone's fine. Nothing happened. The party's probably still going on upstairs.
We killed a giant bone dragon.
So, whatever. It wasn't that big for a dragon.
That definitely happened.
I mean, you've still got like 99% of the giant bone dragon.
That's true.
So,
It's buried though.
dig it out and send it to a museum.
It belongs in a museum. I mean, it honestly
Well-
probably does.
It does. Like, most of the stuff that Indy took didn't.
Sure.
Especially not a museum in the United States of America.
Right. An ancient Zemurian bone dragon should definitely belongs in a Zemurian museum.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's suddenly 3 days later.
In the end, the railway
That was a
military
really long
police brought
cavern.
the
We didn't
chaos
really
under
notice it.
control, and the first day of the festival came to a close.
That was 3 days ago.
We decided. Yeah.
Despite his
But
injuries,
we decided to skip the other
Governor
2 days
Regnitz
for the
kept
festival
on top
because
of
those
things,
wouldn't be interesting.
ensuring that the rest of the festival passed by peacefully. The next morning, it
Oh
was
God,
time
that's
for us
actually
to
what they're
leave
doing,
the
isn't it?
capital behind and make our way back to Trista.
Apparently.
Yeah, well done. Me.
It's writing 101. The big conflict happened, so we don't need to care about anything else. Like, who cares about resolution?
I mean, going to a festival would have been a good wind down.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We're getting actual resolution.
Well, sure, but I want a festival.
Yeah.
Those are usually fun.
I really don't
That's
know how to
reception,
begin
not
thanking you.
festival.
Yeah.
You've done so much for our family.
Well,
and I
first you
will
take
ever be able
those
to repay you.
4 people now on the left, and oh God, they just violated that rule, didn't they?
What do you mean?
What?
I forget what it's called, but there's a principle in filmography where you keep the camera within a 180-degree arc of the action.
Oh.
Not at all,
Basically, you
Your
never
Highness.
film opposite sides because otherwise people get
Confused?
mixed up about where things
There's
are.
nothing
gotcha.
to repay us
Gotcha.
for. We just did what we had to.
What did you even do?
Right, that's what I was
Now,
going to
there's
say.
no
Those
need to
4
be so
people on the
modest.
left, they can be pretty easily ignored.
It scares
Like,
me to think what
you
might
should
have
know what to
happened
do
if
about
Elise and I
them.
had been taken
Just
away
sort
by
of
those people.
acknowledge they exist and then send them away because they weren't with Reen.
Yeah. No, that's totally legitimate, and Reen and his party should be, thanked, because we saved the princess. But what did
So,
Elisa's
can't
team
thank
do?
you all enough. Please allow me to extend my thanks for your help as well. I'm truly grateful.
I mean, yes, you're not dead.
I'm just glad you're safe.
Group B's efforts were a great help to Cedric and I as well.
Oh, okay.
Group B's.
Thank you again for your assistance in
Just seems
restoring order
mean.
to the city.
Well, no. There's two groups to the field study. There's Group A, which has Reen, and there's
I know.
Group B, which has the other one.
I know, but to just actually call the people
I'm honored,
Group
Your
B's.
Highness.
They'd let them give them their own name. Like the Fighting
I'm so glad
Mongooses.
to have been of service.
Just
was
think
our
of it as
civic
returning
patriotic
favor
duty.
for your help pushing to make Class 7 a reality. Still, now we've got the Imperial Liberation Front to worry about.
Not
Regrettably.
you guys, that's kind of a real people's thing, not students.
Wow,
There have been
we're not real
signs they were
people?
up to no
Harsh.
good behind the scenes before now.
You're not.
That incident in Nord, for example. But now they've finally stepped out of the shadows and announced themselves to the world. They appear to be
Well,
insurgents
to
in
you.
the truest sense of the word, led by several key figures, C being the most prominent. The intelligence division is doing its utmost to gather information about these leaders even as we speak.
They struck me as rather mysterious in some ways.
That
You
is.
mean how they referred to
She
everyone
has
by
so much hair.
their first
It's
letters?
ridiculous.
And they wore masks?
That is definitely an observation.
Even though they
I
abducted
mean, that is
us,
a lot of hair.
they rarely showed the kind of maliciousness one would expect from terrorists.
Wait, no, maybe it's, maybe she has a reasonable amount of hair, but it's teased out like they did in the
It
90s.
seemed more like they were in the grip of some kind of intense passion.
No, that's just big.
True. Not that it excuses abducting your highness like they did.
An intense passion, you say?
It did seem that way.
In our hearts, the flames of silent anger. In our hands, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator. That's what their leaders said when they made their appearance. Indeed.
All the ham-handed theatrics of a middle school play.
Yeah. You can tell how gleeful he must have been to say the flames of silent anger in front of an audience.
Well, it's no mystery what they're referring to, at least.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't miss you.
Oh, I'm glad you made it, Cedric!
Just in time, too.
Your Highness?
Did you come all this way just to bid us farewell?
Of course. After all you've done for us, I thought it was the least I could do. Ah, is this the rest of Class 7?
It doesn't seem like it would be that far for him to go,
Yeah.
given that we're in the reception room of the palace.
I mean, it might be a big palace.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Cedric Rice.
Really, dude? He had to walk all the way to the other side of his building.
He might also have been
God.
very busy. He is the crown
I
prince.
wanted to thank you for coming to my sister's aid in her time of need.
The crown prince is usually a job where you
Allow me to extend to
don't
you
have
my
to do
most
any work.
heartfelt appreciation.
You're too generous, Your Highness.
The honor
Because
is ours.
it turns out, if you're the crown prince, you're not actually in charge of anything yet.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Granted, oftentimes
This is the Crown Prince.
future kings were
He's pretty
given
cute.
lower titles that they would administer
The-
directly to get experience.
I certainly wouldn't mind if you took a few lessons in manliness from the gentlemen of Class 7, though.
Alphen, come on.
I That's a little harsh, Your Highness.
Well, you're still just 15. You have plenty of growing ahead of you.
I mean, the guys in front of him are 17, so, eh?
Still, it isn't often I see you keeping the Imperial Governor company.
I suppose that's true. I just happened to be here on business, so I thought I'd take the chance to say goodbye to everyone.
How are you feeling? Are your injuries all right now?
Yeah,
That scratchy on his shoulder?
Fortunately. I'm still feeling it, but it shouldn't be too much longer before I'm back to my old self.
That's good to hear.
I'm glad to see you looking all hale and hearty, Your Excellency.
Thank you. While no one could have foreseen how it ended, you did manage to complete this month's field study.
I mean, you're not wrong.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to congratulate you for your exemplary work.
We're honored you'd say so.
Is it worth extra credit?
Ha! You're funny.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Also, isn't Olivier...
We three
or
directors
Olivier,
may have very different positions on
Olivier.
many issues, including how Class 7 should be run.
Sure. Like, isn't he officially the head of the board?
Yes.
But for my part, I'd like
So
you to
why
enjoy
is
student life
Why
however
isn't he
you
speaking
choose.
on behalf of the board, given that he's literally right there?
I think the other directors would agree with me on at least that much.
Dad.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way, Your Excellency.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about, Your Highness.
Well, if you say so. I've always found you a trustworthy man, of course. But...
Ah, I see that everyone's here.
It couldn't be.
Chancellor Osborne!
As a matter of fact, the Chancellor and I just came from an audience with His Majesty the Emperor.
That doesn't seem to be particularly amazing that he's there.
I'm overjoyed to see you safe
Like-
and well, Princess Elfin.
I could totally imagine just seeing the dean of a college,
Sure.
stop by when something important.
I think
is
it's
going
more
on.
that he came to see us.
Well,
Clearly,
yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
goddess has bestowed her blessing.
It turns out rescuing the king's daughter is
Sure.
kind of a big deal.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Also, at least two, I guess.
She was there.
I'd also like to
Right.
reassure
That's
Prince
pretty
Oliver
much
that we're
exactly
starting a
what
nationwide hunt for
people would be
members of
thinking.
The Imperial Liberation Front. An investigation into the backgrounds of its members is also underway, so you needn't worry.
My. Nothing gets past you, does it? Well, I suppose that means you have the security detail for next month's trade conference well in hand?
Of course. I'll see to it that everything is taken care of. Ah, but where are my manners? Please excuse
Hey,
me for not introducing
Hey, Globe, where do you think we're going next? In the next chapter.
I'm
Globe?
Gileath Osborne,
Yeah?
representative of the
Where
Erebonian
do you think we're going in the next chapter? Do you think it might just be the trade conference?
I imagine
It better be,
most
otherwise,
of the
if we get
may
that
know
through
me
writtens,
better
I'm gonna be
as
annoyed.
Blood and Iron Chancellor.
Yeah.
Little on the nose.
It's an honor to meet you, Your Excellency.
Wait, did Elliot not recognize him until then?
No, he recognized him. He's just, aghast that he's meeting him.
Your reputation precedes you, Your
I guess,
Excellency.
yeah.
And that is very true in all that entails.
Sure.
I've heard much about the recent exploits of Thor's Class 7. Traveling across the Empire for first-hand learning with your field studies, it's quite a fascinating program. I hope you'll keep up the good work.
We shall endeavor to.
Thanks.
I hope we'll live up to your expectations.
Ah, yes. It's been quite some time, young Bracer. I'm glad to see your new career path is working out for you.
Thank you, Chancellor. I wouldn't be where I am today if not for you. I really owe you for all you've done for me.
General Van Dyke was my superior back when I was in the Army. As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
What are you...
I have great expectations for you all. Nurture the bonds you share, and train up bodies and wills of steel. For I have no doubt you'll need them in the turbulent times to come.
That was an impressive zoom in.
And that line isn't ominous at all.
No, of course not.
And you know... Oh, Rain's having a heart attack.
Rain?
And at least learn telepathy.
Yep.
So, nothing interesting happened.
And with that, Chapter 4 is at a close.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
That was a fairly long chapter.
It was.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Ooh, I got boots.
Keep up the good work. Perfect! You guys are the best!
Didn't miss a point.
Oh, you totally could have gotten additional pluses.
Oh, whoops. I didn't focus on that. Link level 4. Art support. Probably not very good for Reen. Alright, I'm just going to go through this a little more quickly. Because everyone is leveling up. Or at least everyone's leveling up with Reen. Okay, so Chapter 4 is at a close.
Yay! That's
only
not
took
me
us-
celebrating it getting over. That was a long chapter.
It only took us,
It
what,
was pretty long,
3-4
yeah.
months?